Hello, my beautiful loves, Buzzfoot fam. I've been a little unfaithful to you, I know. Anybody who's been speaking to me recently has heard me keep wanging on about Clubhouse, and I'm not helped creating FOMO around it, but yeah, really been enjoying the conversations there and the interactions, but I haven't forgotten you, my beautiful Buzzbook fans. I hope you're doing well. In London, it is about as foul and miserable as it could get on a grim, whatever weekday. Pick a day. We've lost track of the days. So inspired, I know, by Clubhouse. I won't mention it again for those who don't know. But there's been a big furore all around, misogyny and racism on social media. It's been an interesting dialogue to listen to. However, what I came away thinking was that, there's a lot of big conversations happening at the moment, right? There's a lot of big dialogues occurring, and obviously there's one around the fear of catching all these viruses. I don't know, are we on strain number 341? There seems to be so many. So how do you keep detached? How do you go about doing what you're doing without getting upset by other people's judgment of you? How do you let it not affect you? How do you step back and not get emotionally triggered, get involved? How do you keep your detachment in the drama? Because there is quite a few dramas going on right now. So I thought this would be an appropriate healing blessing to give. A healing blessing on how to be detached in the drama and how not to get triggered by other people's judgments, good or bad, of you. And it was absolutely bucketing down a minute ago. I was going to play some nice music and I thought, oh, well, that's getting drowned out. I'm in my office by all the rain, and so the rain stopped now, of course, but I haven't got the healing music, but I have got my little sound box. So in case you haven't seen me before, in case this is the first time you're catching me live and thinking what the hell is she talking about, what is a healing blessing, all the rest of it, my name is Neha. I'm an instant intuitive, or even an intuitive instant energy healer. Helps if you get your job title right? And that basically means I have the ability. Oh, that's so funny. My bro's just come on. We've been trying to hook up for ages, and I'm like, I'm working. Well, guess what? I'm working, Chris, right? But I couldn't help it. I wanted to just come on quickly. Well, actually, I was waiting for a client to call, but she hasn't called. So I thought, in the meantime, I would come on here to my beloved fam and give you a quick little 15-minute healing blessing. So, as I said, my name is Neha. I am an intuitive instant energy healer. And one of the questions I get asked the most is like, how on earth does instant healing work? Well, it's really that simple. If you think about it, it is, I think it's 17 seconds for the neurons in your brain to latch onto a thought. I mean, just if you don't, think my stats are correct, you can check it. But imagine yourself on social media scrolling, you see a title, you think, oh, that's true. You think, oh, rubbish. That's how quick it is. Your thought then gets locked in there, but it's your deep held beliefs that really dictate the show. So this is so funny. I've just literally got a notification, ho saying some celebrity is now on Clubhouse. So not talking about that anymore, I promised. So that's how it works. Your brain catches onto a thing, you read a headline, you believe it, you think it's true, and in the same way, you cannot believe it's true. But what you have to do is go down to your deep subconscious, pull that out, and bring it out from the deep subconscious and release it. Not just out into the universe, release it into the universe creator's light, because you don't want it wandering around. You bring back all your soul fragments so that you're whole again. And as a result, that no longer applies to you. That thought, that particular idea. And what I do is basically I, with your ability, am able to connect with your higher self via my higher self. Neha, the ego, steps aside. Hard to believe, I know, especially for those who know my ego. But I step aside and connect to your higher source, and thoughts come into my head, and I say, is it this? Is it that? Does this resonate to you? And we test it with something called muscle testing. It's super simple. If you don't know, if you haven't seen me do it before, very easy. Make sure you're hydrated, stand barefoot, just relax, close your eyes, say yes, see if you go backwards or forwards, say no, see if you go backwards and forwards. Alternatively, you can rub your fingers together like this, say yes, and it should be smooth, and then say no, and it'll be stickier, a little slower. And then you make statements, not open-ended questions. And so you say, my name is Neha, yes or no. I am a woman, currently still yes or no. You can say other things. I love myself. It is for my highest and best good to eat this food, wear this dress, take this exercise, wear a mask. It is, not is it. Never ask a question that is open-ended, because there's a myriad of answers that continually change, right? So, it is for my highest and best good. Very controversial. Take the vaccine. That's just me. What applies to me doesn't apply to you. I'm not here to tell you what to do. What I am here to tell you is how to get in touch with your higher self. For those of you who understand how the body works, you may be familiar with this book. It's called The Body Holds the Score. It's a brilliant book because, you know, it's basically saying, which I think happened to probably everybody in 2020, right? That as you're dealing with trauma, particularly if it's ongoing, which it was, you know, it's, well, we're 3 weeks, then we're 3 months, then it's whatever, constantly making adjustments. And if you're like me, you're also parenting, having to make those adjustments ongoingly, you just bury it if you don't release it through meditation, yoga, exercise. That's why they're encouraging us to do various things like that. However, there can be ways in which it's stored in the body without you even realizing it. One of the ways is to test. I have trauma from all that happened in 2020. And look at that. Smooth means yes. So every day I release the trauma. I have the skills. This is my job. I know what I'm doing. So if I have that still, you can tell me if you have it or not. And actually that's why tomorrow I've got this event. If you want to come along, it's 8 o'clock GMT. That's Greenwich Mean Time in the UK, because that's where I am. My good old blighty, freezing cold in London. Instead of being on the beach as I normally am this time of year. But we're going to start releasing the traumas of 2020. Because if you don't release the traumas, from your body, trauma will emerge in some way or somehow. Come through physical pain, come through emotional pain, all sorts of ways. And pain is pain. Pain shows up, physical, emotional, spiritual, to be healed, not to be ignored. So, you know, it'll come up with anxieties, inability to sleep. All of this will arise if you don't release it. However, releasing it is really simple. And you come along and see whether to do it. One of the best ways to figure out whether, there's Blemmer. He'll know. He's brilliant. Go and look at his page. As well as flexibility, working his body, all the rest of it. Go check him out. You'll be impressed. This is why we understand the whole process of holistic well-being. It's not just one thing. We're all just leaves of the same tree. You do what brings you joy. That's what spirituality is. Someone once said to me, the difference between spirituality and religion is religion tells you there's only this way and this is the only way. to get to heaven, or whatever you want to call it. And spirituality is do what brings you joy. And that's one of the things we've lost. So many things that we do, maybe go to work, socialise, school, exercise, cinema, gigs for me, music, that brings me joy. I've had to find other ways to focus on what brings me joy, because it's really important in this time, more than ever, to keep your vibration high, to stay in the highest vibration, which is unconditional love. That is the highest vibration. There is just no other vibration that goes higher than that. And just so you know, grief, anger, but most importantly, fear is the lowest vibration, lower than the vibration of the virus. And fear sits in your lungs. Interesting, huh? Because that's what gets restricted. When you're fearful, you go into fight or flight mode. It gets your amalgama, most ancient back part of your brain, and your breath shortens. You're like... So if you have a fear of catching the virus, your immunity immediately goes down. You immediately are more susceptible to catching colds, to feeling miserable. And it's understandable. That's the other thing I was going to say. Bring in forgiveness if you feel that. Because there is just so much dialogue and conversation around it, especially in places like here, Facebook. Even if you try, I've stopped watching mainstream media, I've stopped listening to mainstream radio, listen to music I want to. But this is why other apps, I think, have been more popular, where you can really curate what you're listening to, curate what you're bringing in. Because, going back to where I started, the art of detachment, when all of this is being thrown at you, is hard, isn't it? It's hard to keep detached from constant conversations, even if you are scrolling through social media and just looking up pictures of kittens. Someone or other, somewhere, will make a comment, right? About something controversial. Even in some of the groups I belong to, they have to write posts with trigger warning, because somebody somewhere is going to get triggered. And getting triggered means that there's trauma still in your body. So, that's why I came on actually, but it sort of came out that way. But if you want to join us tomorrow, 8 o'clock GMT, right, put a link in the Hoojamaflops. What is it? Comments, that's it. Write in the comments, send me a DM, come find me at Clubhouse, Unlocked Bliss. That's my Facebook group. If you want to join us as well, do a lot more healings there, go and do a bit of a deep dive in that. We explore that in greater detail. If you want to speak to me independently, as I said, I predominantly work with sexual survivors, releasing all the shame and blame, because such is the nature of an act like that. It's not just about the abuse, and not just talking about sexual abuse, spiritual, emotional, financial, mental. It's about all the other stuff that happens afterwards. The shame, the blame, the lack of worthiness, the lack of feeling deserving, the inability to trust. So if you'd like to get rid of all of these with ease, then drop me a line. Come see me, come chat with me. I run a company, it's called a Purposey Company. I make a profit for a purpose, so I have high-end clients that fund my community projects. Don't let money ever be the object for you getting the healing and getting well. You can work it out. And to that, people then say, why are you charging as a healer, etc., etc. Well, first of all, my bank manager is less than impressed if I go, but I've got a lot of good energy and vibes to give you instead of the rent money. No, I'm being flippant. There's a reason why. I'll tell you why. Because it's as simple as this. And I say, I'm happy to do energetic energies with you, exchange or whatever. If you're authentic, my pleasure. completely to give it back to you. But the reason why there needs to be an energetic exchange is that way you don't feel beholden to me, and I don't build a subconscious resentment towards you. As I said, this was a client I was going to help. We were supposed to speak at 8:30. I wasn't charging her. She didn't turn out. Which is fine, because I got to be with you. Come back to my Fuzzbook family that I've been unfaithful to. However, if I hadn't experienced this and wasn't aware of it and all the rest of it, time is money. Your time, if it's disrespected, makes you think, well, I'm used to this now, so it's okay by me. I knew I could do something else. As it happened, I got to spend an extra half an hour with my baby dragons, so I was super happy. I've been ignoring her, bless her, in an attempt to get this thing ready for tomorrow. But going back to my work and how it works, if you want to know that, I'm going to give you a little healing blessing now on the art of detachment, removing all your anxieties and traumas of the day, because I know every day there are some, as well as giving you a healing blessing on how not to get triggered by other people's judgment, especially if you're like me, your parent, and you think, I should be homeschooling better, I should be cleaning my house better, I should be responding to work stuff better, I should be working out better, I should be doing all sorts of other things better. Seriously, if someone came to my house right now, they'd probably think we were burgled. I've given up asking the kids to put things away. I don't know quite how they think housework works, whether everything magnetically gets pulled back into their own place. I, on the other hand, was brought up by Bewitched, where all she had to do was this, and everything magically went in its place. So I'm equally bemused as to why the whole place is a mess. I'm not going to let it worry me. So, if you're up for doing that, all you have to do is write yes in the comments, and I can see a laughing face. See? Some of you can relate, right? I mean, literally, if someone knocked on our door now, how fast would we all have to scramble? I mean, as you can see, I'm back with the unicorn hair, as the kids call it, because, what am I going to do? I haven't been to a hairdresser for a year. And I let the grey run out so lot that when I do dye it, that goes uber pink. However, as I was saying, get yourself hydrated. The rain stopped now, but the music's in the other room. And it takes moments, and you can try it. I have anxieties for the day. I know how... Oh, God, I do. Yeah, I do. Oh, my God, I'm trying to get on Zoom for a meeting. I swear to God, at one point, it just wasn't there. Like a sound. Snail, are you there? Are you there? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Are you there? Are you there? And then it was like, okay, you're here, but you're on 3 devices. Because by that time, I'd stolen one of the kids' laptops and my laptop. And then I was like, literally 1 minute before the meeting finished. I was like, excellent. Well done. Good expenditure of that hour. So... I have traumas from my day. I have the Creator's highest definition of how it is to be detached from all the drama. Though I do have that, thank God. I am able not to get triggered by other people's opinions of me. That's also a yes for me. I have a fear of catching the virus. No. I have optimum health. Yes, brilliant. Especially stop drinking. That was a bit scary. How easy it is. You forget, Well, I've never been a big drinker, but in the summer, my goodness me, I didn't realise. So, and that's how, in fact, that's when, as well, how I tell people if they want to work with me, if they want to come to see any of my courses or whatever, it is for your highest and best good to work with Neha, come to a meditation, come to a healing blessing, accept this healing blessing now. So, thank God that all said yes. Can you imagine if it said no for my own stuff? So, close your eyes. I'm going to use the sound bowl. And I'd have to say, if you, after this you can go to sleep, rest, give yourself a little bit of time to integrate, even better still. Okay, so close your eyes and let's just clear the space and go inward. Connect your inner voice through your breath. To the creator of all there is, it is commanded that all the day's anxieties, stresses, traumas, frustrations, disappointments, irritations now be taken and sent to Creator's light, both from you and your inner child through all lifetimes, past, present, future, in between lives, all time, space and dimensions, forwards and backwards, backwards and forwards, through all languages and realities. All soul fragments be washed, cleansed, returned whole, above as it is below, and in love and light, thank you. It is done, it is done, it is done, aho. To the creator of all there is, it is commanded to reinstall the Creator's highest definition, perspective and meaning of what it is to be detached from the drama. Teaching you how to, when to, that it is safe to give yourself permission to, with grace and compassion for the highest and best good of all. Teaching you what this smells like, tastes like, sounds like, how to recognize this with ease, every day, in every way, through every cell in your body, every breath you take, past, present, future to eternity, and in love and light, thank you. It is done, it is done, it is done, aho. To the creator of all there is, it is commanded to remove all traumas from any triggers you might have had from other people's judgment of you, both from you and your inner child, through all lifetimes, past, present, future, in between lives, all time, space and dimensions, forwards and backwards, backwards and forwards, all languages and realities. All soul fragments be washed, cleansed, returned whole, and in love and light, above as it is below. Thank you. It is done, it is done, it is done, aho. To the creator of all there is, it is commanded to reinstall the Creator's highest definition, perspective and meaning of what it feels like not to be triggered by other people's judgment. Teaching you how to, when to, that you are worthy of, deserving of, giving yourself permission to, that it is safe to. Teaching you what this smells like, tastes like, sounds like, every day in every way, through every cell in your body, every breath you take, past, present, future to eternity, and in love and light, thank you. It is done, it is done, it is done, aho. Again, say yes to receive this healing blessing for optimum health. If you want to connect your healing nerve, paraparetic healing nerve, you can put one hand on your heart, one hand on your stomach, or just gently rest your hands on your lap. Breathe in for 4, hold for 2, and breathe out for 6. Breathe in for 2, hold for 4, and breathe out for 6. Breathe in for 2, hold for 4, and breathe out for 6. Imagine yourself on a warm beach. Your toes unfurl as they bury into soft sand, and you connect to Gaia, the earth. Waves lap at your ankles, and you feel the salty air on your face. Closing your eyes, focus on your breath. You feel above iridescent, radiant light pouring into your crown chakra, activating it as it reignites each cell in your body, sparking off the cell next to it with luminescent, radiant, pure white light of optimum health. Feel it coming down through the top of your head. Feel your forehead relax, your temples relax, your brain relax, your eyebrows relax, your third eye activated, chakra opening as your eyebrows relax, your eyes relax. Take your tongue away from the roof of your mouth. Put some space between your teeth. Feel your jaw relax. Each cell sparking up the next one with this pure white strong light of luminescent, iridescent, exquisite white light of optimum health. Feel your throat clear as your throat chakra activates, moving down to your shoulders. Relax your shoulders. Any tension, any stress, any pain, gently lay your gaze there and say the Hawaiian forgiveness mantra while focus on that area. I'm sorry, please forgive me. I thank you, I love you. I'm sorry, please forgive me. I thank you, I love you. I'm sorry, please forgive me. I thank you, I love you. I'm sorry, please forgive me. I thank you, I love you. Feel it shoot down your arms, through to your fingers and hands in your hand chakras, down your chest as your heart, your biggest source of energy, expands. Your heart chakra vibrating, pulsating with iridescent, pure white light of optimum health. As each cell ignites, all tension, pain gently dissolves. Your solar plexus chakra activated. Moving down through your hips, relax your hips. So your sacral chakra activates. All tension dissolving, disappearing, down through the backs of your legs, your buttocks. Your knees soften. Your spine. Put some space between the nodules. Base of your spine stretches. Radiant, luminescent, iridescent, pure white light from source of optimum health. Down through the backs of your legs, backs of your calves, through to your heels as they relax. Your feet chakra activated as you connect to Gaia, our planet, and feel her force course through you. Every breath you take, every cell in your body. And so it is, above as it is below, in love and light. Thank you. It is done, it is done, it is done. Aho. In your own time, gently come back into your body. And when you're ready, open your eyes. I hope that brought you some ease, some peace. I hope it released all the anxieties of the day. You can test. I have traumas, anxieties, frustrations from my day. Yeah, because I had it before. My body, every cell is filled with optimum health. I have the Creator's highest definition of how to stay detached in the midst of the drama. I know how to be free of other people's judgment of me. I highly recommend, if you can, I know not all of you are in the UK like now, have some water, relax your mind, have a little rest. Sleep is the best meditation experience ever. Oh, thank you, Poppy. Namaste. Bless you. Aww. Always makes me so happy when someone feels it. And it doesn't matter if you're seeing this later. I know I'm very blessed to have so many wonderful worldwide friends. Thank you, Blemmer. Namaste. Namaste, divine souls. Yay, Tori Jo, goddess. Wherever you are, I believe, even on the internet, one is intuitively drawn to that which one needs and seeks. So, whenever you receive this, if you can, I don't recommend it if you're in the middle of driving, trying to feed the kids, or homeschooling, although it has to be said, sitting in my daughter's Latin class today was itself a meditative experience. I just had a cat. In this weather, one of the cats is outside. I'm on the 3rd floor of my house. Really, dudes, there is a cat flap, but the timing was good. However, as I was saying, if you can go and rest, this allows it to integrate. This allows it to settle in your body without other thoughts, stresses, tensions. Ooh, my grandnephew's on board. I know. I'm the equivalent of a grandma. Haven't seen those darling heartbeats as we haven't been able to travel. So I haven't seen them, the younger one or the elder one. Anyway, so I'll send my beautiful heartbeats lots of love. Oh, help. Anything in particular or just in general? Everything is most gorgeous, my end, my darling man. Would be better still if I could hug my little grandsons. Grandnephews? My grandson's it's just easier. It's an Indian thing. I can't even go into explaining, but if you're this, you'll get it. Otherwise, no. So, I am sending you all bountiful heavenly blessings. I wish you peace, inner bliss. If you want to join me tomorrow to release even more traumas, we're going to look into losses of intimacy, identity, or clear all the fears triggered by the virus, triggered by 2020. It's £10, something, I don't know which way around, $12, something like that. But don't let money be the reason why you don't get the healing. We'll do an energetic exchange, or just give me a donation. You can always test. It is for my highest and best good. Come work with Neha or not. Thankfully still yes. Tori Joe is coming tomorrow. She's one of my goddesses, so I get a bit excited when I see her name. She is. Not kissing and hugging is now an act of love. Very true. I'm blessed in the fact that, you know, my heartbeats live with me. But yeah. God, it actually just occurred to me, you know, for so many people, it'll be quite a while that they haven't done that with those they care about. Those who know me, I was blessed enough to spend the first time this time round. Because one of the things I have to deal with now is not going to be away. It's absolutely foul weather in London tonight. Miserable rain. But I knew this was coming last year, so I escaped to Thailand. And I got to spend the first one with my Soul Tribe family. We are a community living together, so we, even though the world was going into shutdown, because we were all together, travelled together, were together, we were very lucky, and I was phenomenally grateful as the days moved towards me returning, and I knew this was the last time I may listen to live music for a while, and it was. And it was the last time that I got to hug and dance and be with people. Last time I danced outside with people was a year ago. We are all love, so true. And self-care, particularly if you're a parent who's homeschooling, particularly if you are homeschooling with young children, self-care is not selfish. It is an unbelievable act of self-love, critical self-love. If you don't take care of yourself, you will have zero energy to take care of anyone else. So, if the only thing you do is take my meditation, you can fast forward all the garbage before and after. If the only thing you do is check in with your healing nerve, 4 in, hold for 2, 6 out before you sleep. If that's the only thing you can manage, start there. Start there. Start there and build slowly, slowly, slowly. Because, as Gail says, we are all love, and I believe we are all one. And I've just got a, after all that, just got a message notification to add me to the group. I'm going to go off and speak on the stage. Oh, that's so beautiful, Gail. Not seen a sun in over a year. That is so beautiful. So, on that note, my darlings, I have to go off and speak. I send you so many bountiful, bountiful heavenly blessings. Read Gail's message. I've not seen my son in over a year, but we send love every day through Reiki. Isn't that beautiful? Find a way to express your love. Find a way to bring yourself joy. And if I see you tomorrow, even more awesome. Right, I've got to skedaddle, because if I don't reply to that, I get pinged off the stage pretty quickly. And if you want to find me in Clubhouse, Unlocked Bliss. Bountiful heavenly blessings. I promise one day soon I'll do a live without talking about Clubhouse. Cheeky that I am. Take care, namaste.